2:47 a.m., beneath the freezing black surface of the Baltic Sea, a steel shadow moved with deliberate patience. 300 meters from a critical undersea fiber-optic cable near Gotland Island, so a Russian Kilo-class submarine reduced its speed to a whisper. To its crew, this was a mission built on silence. No explosions, no missile launches, no visible aggression. Just a quiet cut that could ripple across continents. The cable below carried far more than data. It transported financial transactions worth trillions, encrypted NATO coordination traffic, intelligence updates, and command synchronization across Northern Europe. Severing it would not sink a warship or flatten a city. It would do something more subtle and potentially more destabilizing. Slow the nervous system of an alliance. Beneath the Baltic, Moscow's doctrine in the Baltic has evolved into something almost imperceptible, a game played in shadows. Direct confrontation with a U.S. carrier strike group is a gamble Moscow cannot afford, a strategic suicide. Instead, the battlefield has shifted to the gray zone, the realm of hybrid warfare. Invisible strikes, undeniable operations, actions taken just beneath the razor's edge of war. Undersea cables, pipelines, energy grids. These are the lifelines of Europe, arteries that pulse with power and information. Sever them silently, and chaos ripples outward. A technical incident, a system fault, and suddenly a city is in darkness. A network is paralyzed, yet no one can prove whose hand struck. The submarine chosen for this clandestine mission was no accident. The improved Kilo-class, under master of acoustic invisibility, is a predator in the deep. Cloaked in anechoic tiles, propelled by near-silent electric motors, it drifts through the shallow, sonar-cluttered Baltic at a glacial 3 knots. At that speed, it is virtually a ghost, its wake a whisper. To NATO's listening posts, for 2 tense days, it was as if the sea itself had swallowed it whole. Inside the control room, the Russian technical team readied the subsea cutting device with the precision of surgeons. Confidence was a tangible hum in the compartment. NATO surface patrols were miles distant. The Baltic's layers of temperature and salinity distorted sonar like a funhouse mirror. Here, in these depths, with these conditions, they believed themselves untouchable. Every heartbeat, every flicker of the control panel reinforced their sense of dominance. But the Baltic of 2026 is a different arena than the one they once knew. Finland and Sweden, now embedded within NATO structures, had transformed the sea into a tightly monitored corridor. European navies had struggled to detect the Kilo, but they were not alone. Another player had entered the hunt, silent, patient, and relentless. The stage was set, the shadows thickened, and the game of cat and mouse was about to reach a fevered pitch. High above the cloud layer at 20,000 feet, a U.S. Navy P-8 Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft flew a disciplined grid. The Poseidon is not just a patrol plane, it is an airborne fusion center. Its radar can map surface anomalies with precision, but more importantly, it deploys sonobuoys in mathematically optimized patterns. Passive buoys listen. Active buoys interrogate. Together, they weave an invisible net across vast swaths of ocean. The Baltic is acoustically complex. Merchant traffic, fishing vessels, coastal reflections, noise is constant. But modern anti-submarine warfare is no longer about a single ping or a lone operator wearing headphones. It is about data correlation. Algorithms compare faint signatures against known acoustic libraries. Screw harmonics, hull resonance, transient mechanical clicks, everything is measured. Then came the anomaly. Trailing behind the P-8A's tail was a magnetic anomaly detector boom. MAD does not listen. It senses distortion in Earth's magnetic field, caused by large metal objects. In isolation, or it is not decisive. But combined with passive acoustic hints, it sharpens suspicion into probability. At 3:02 a.m., as the Kilo aligned itself above the cable, the P-8A registered a significant magnetic deviation. Seconds later, a faint acoustic transient, possibly an external valve actuation, appeared across multiple passive buoys. Alone, each signal was ambiguous. Together, fused through Link 16 and Link 22 tactical networks, they painted a coherent picture. The data did not remain in the sky. It flowed at near-instant speed to the USS Winston S. Churchill, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer equipped with the Aegis Baseline 9 combat system. Aegis is often associated with missile defense, but its true power lies in integration. It ingests data from air, surface, subsurface, and space sensors, creating a unified battlespace view. On Churchill's Combat Information Center displays, the Kilo was no longer a rumor. It was a correlated track with high confidence. The system automatically generated firing solutions, including a RUM-139 VLASROC option, an anti-submarine rocket capable of delivering a lightweight torpedo directly above a submerged target within minutes. But this was not yet war. The objective was interdiction without escalation. The submarine was about to commit sabotage, but it had not yet cut the cable. A live torpedo strike would be a political earthquake. Instead, NATO opted for demonstration. Operating in the exercise area was a Swedish A26-class submarine, itself one of the quietest conventional boats afloat. Coordinated through secure channels, it deployed an acoustic countermeasure device directly above the Russian vessel's position. The effect was immediate and disorienting. Inside the Kilo, sonar screens filled with a violent white shriek. Passive listening was overwhelmed. The acoustic environment flipped from silence to chaos. The psychological shock was deliberate. The message, "You are not alone down here." 16 seconds later, the surface dimension joined the signal. From Churchill's Mark 41 vertical launch system, a training 4ER-IM-162 evolved Sea Sparrow missile, stripped of its warhead, roared skyward. It was not aimed to destroy. It was aimed to demonstrate targeting precision. After a vertical climb and programmed arc, it splashed into the water in the immediate vicinity of the Kilo's position. Simultaneously, the P-8A seeded active sonobuoys directly overhead. Explosive acoustic pings reverberated through the water column. The Kilo's hull vibrated with each return echo. Silence, its greatest shield, had been shattered. Then came the most chilling element: data. Through the buoy network, a concise ultrasonic burst transmitted a single coordinate set. It matched the Kilo's own inertial navigation system within meters. Attached was a stark digital message: target locked. Disengage immediately. It was proof of precision. For Captain Romanov, the calculus changed instantly. If an ASROC had replaced that training ESSM, the torpedo would already be in the water. Evasion at 3 knots would be futile. Acceleration would increase acoustic signature. The submarine was in what operators grimly call an acoustic cage. At 3:05:30 a.m., he gave the only order that preserved his crew: abort mission, flank speed, retreat. The Kilo surged from stealth to 17 knots. In doing so, it abandoned deniability. Cavitation increased dramatically. Its acoustic profile became unmistakable. Every NATO sensor in range recorded the signature in pristine detail. Within 2 minutes and 15 seconds, the confrontation was over. A torpedo detonated. No hull was breached. No sailor died. Yet strategically, the impact was profound. First, the cable remained intact. The economic and military nervous system linking Western Europe stayed uninterrupted. Second, The Russian submarine's high-speed acoustic data under specific Baltic salinity and temperature conditions was now archived. Future passive systems would classify it faster, even in noisy waters. Third, plausible deniability evaporated. A stealthy approach could be dismissed as coincidence. A rapid 17-knot withdrawal following coordinated NATO action could not. Moscow issued no immediate statement. Silence this time was political. For NATO, the episode was not about triumphalism. It was about deterrence credibility. The integrated kill chain, from airborne sensors to surface combatants to allied submarines, functioned exactly as designed. Detection, classification, correlation, decision, action. 90 seconds from confirmation to decisive demonstration. The broader lesson extends beyond the Baltic. Modern anti-submarine warfare is less about dramatic depth charge scenes and more about network architecture, data fusion, distributed sensors, shared tactical pictures. These are the multipliers. A single destroyer or patrol aircraft is formidable. A synchronized system is exponentially more powerful. The Kilo's reputation as a black hole rests on acoustic discretion and isolation. But no submarine operates in isolation against a networked alliance. Magnetic anomalies, transient acoustics, cross-domain data links, each chip away at invisibility. Networked naval power. For the Baltic region, the message is unambiguous. Hybrid operations against infrastructure will not remain hidden. Subsea cables, once perceived as soft targets, are now guarded by layered awareness extending from seabed to stratosphere. Strategically, Russia faces a dilemma. Escalate overtly, risking open confrontation? Or recalibrate hybrid tactics knowing detection is likely? The cost of humiliation in deterrence politics can be as consequential as material loss. For the United States Navy, the encounter reinforces its role as a backbone of alliance security. It did not need to sink a $300 million submarine to win. It needed only to prove that it could, quickly, precisely, and without ambiguity. As dawn approached over the Baltic, Churchill resumed patrol patterns. The P-8A continued its grid. The Swedish and German assets maintained position. Externally, routine returned. But under the surface, something fundamental had shifted. Stealth remains valuable. But stealth without dominance of the information domain is temporary. In an era where sensor networks span air, sea, space, and cyberspace, silence alone is no longer sanctuary. The confrontation lasted barely over 2 minutes. Yet in that compressed window, Dwight had illustrated the evolving character of naval power. Restraint combined with overwhelming capability. Integration over brute force. Deterrence through demonstration. The Baltic may be geographically narrow, but strategically it has become a proving ground. And on this frozen night, the Alliance demonstrated that beneath the calm surface, its electronic ears are always listening. If this deep dive gave you a clearer perspective on the realities shaping today's maritime standoff, support the channel with a like, subscribe for future strategic breakdowns, and activate notifications so you never miss the next mission analysis.